Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of RDS. This is our agenda. We'll see read replica, which is one of the very important topics of RDS. We'll see a demo of read replica then. I'll show you option and parameter groups and then reserved DB instances. Read replica is one of the best features of RDS that can be used to scale out your databases in RDS for read workloads only. This is kind of impossible if you are hosting your own RDBMS in an on-premise corporate data center or in an EC2 instance. Read replica is an exact replica of the primary database instance. RDS uses each individual database engine's inbuilt replication functionality to achieve the same. So already existing replication features of database engines are used to achieve this functionality. Replication happens asynchronously. That means all modifications might arrive a little late in the read replicas. Unlike in multi-AZ synchronous replication, which considers a write operation to be successful only when it is written to both primary and standby instances, asynchronous replication does not do so. We can create read replicas in the same region or different region also. To create read replica, automatic backup has to be enabled in the source database instance. This is our instance, which might have multi-AZ enabled for it. All applications will read from and write data to the primary DB instance only. We can create read replica in the same or different region. All data will be replicated to other instance asynchronously. Then read workloads can be offloaded to the read replicas to reduce load on the primary. All writes will still be directed to the primary only. Whenever any modifications are made to the primary instance, those will be replicated to the read replicas in an asynchronous way. Read replica is only available on PostgreSQL, MySQL and MariaDB database instances. There are some differences between PostgreSQL and other DB instances. Here are the major differences. PostgreSQL uses physical, but MySQL and MariaDB uses logical representation. These are technologies internal to the database engines, not an AWS concept. MySQL and MariaDB read replicas can be made writable, but the same cannot be done in PostgreSQL database engine. Anyway, you'll seldom find this type of architecture because replication in RDS is not bi-directional, unlike DynamoDB. Automated backups cannot be enabled on read replicas with PostgreSDB engine, but it is possible with MySQL and MariaDB database engines. A few more points on read replicas. This is our read replica set. We can have entirely different infrastructure for read replicas than that of the primary instance. For example, DB instance type for primary instance can be db.r3.xlarge and the storage type can be GP2. But for read replica, it can be db.m4.2xlarge and the storage type can be provisioned IOPS. We can use this feature to reduce cost of read replica deployments also. We could have selected a T2 DB instance class here with an SDD storage type. This table gives a fair amount of idea vis-a-vis storage is concerned. If your source storage type is provisioned IOPS, the replication storage type can be either provisioned IOPS or GP2 or standard. If your storage type is GP2, your replication storage type can be GP2 or standard or provisioned IOPS. The size for both of these has to be 100 GB to 3 TB. If your size is less than 100 GB and your source storage type is GP2, your replication storage type can only be GP2 or standard. For standard storage types in the source DB instance, the replication storage type can be provisioned IOPS or GP2 or standard depending on the size. When read replicas are created, a brief IO suspension is experienced on the source DB instance. Because RDS takes a snapshot of the source DB instance and then the snapshot is restored to another DB instance and then RDS creates a read replica from it, similar to multi-AZ deployment. But this IO suspension can be avoided if you use multi-AZ deployments because RDS would take the snapshot from the standby database instance. We have to enable automatic backup in the source DB instance with a retention period greater than 0. There is one more concept in read replicas, which is replication chain. We can create a maximum of 5 read replicas from one DB instance. This is our primary DB instance, and we can create 4 read replicas from it, with the primary DB instance as source of all. Then we have replication chain, wherein read replicas can be source of other read replicas. This is the main primary DB instance, and you can create read replicas from this. Notice that these 2 read replicas are getting replicated from another read replicas. Let's see a demo on read replicas now. We'll use the existing RDS instance which we created in our previous demo. We'll enable automated backup for this instance. We'll create a read replica from this RDS instance. I'll also show you how to create a read replica chain with 3 instances in total. And then finally, we'll promote a read replica to a single standalone source or primary database instance. I'll be using the same RDS DB instance to create a read replica. Select the instance and then click on Instance Actions and then click on Create Read Replica. When you select this, it will ask you to provide a destination region, which can be same. As you are using North Virginia, you can mention North Virginia or any other region as per your requirement. I'll select North Virginia for this demo. I'll have to mention a destination DB subnet group. Remember, this DB subnet group should be pre-created. You should already have this DB subnet group created before creating the read replica. You can mention the AZ, whatever AZ you prefer. I would mention 1C because the source DB instance is in 1A. Publicly accessible as usual, and then encryption, instance specifications. I don't want it to be multi-AZ deployment. If you select yes, then the read replica itself would be a multi-AZ deployment. You can choose a different storage type. In the settings, you'll have to mention the target DB instance identifier. If you are creating it in the same region, the name should be different. And then finally, database options, monitoring, log exports, and maintenance. Click on Create Read Replica. The read replica is being created, and the status of the source DB instance has also been changed to modifying. It will take some time for RDS to create this read replica. The read replica has been created. Its endpoint is totally different than the endpoint of the primary or source database instance. You can use this endpoint and direct all your reads here. You can create another read replica from the same database instance. The process would be same. Instance actions and then create read replica. This read replica is getting synced from this primary or source DB instance asynchronously. So this read replica might have some stale data. What if my primary database instance is down and I only have this read replica available? How do I make this read replica primary? Let us go ahead and do that. Select the read replica, click on Instance Actions, and then click on Promote Read Replica. It will give you option to enable automatic backups and its retention period. Also the backup window. Select as per your convenience and requirement. I'll select no as of now and then click on Continue. Then click on Promote Read Replica. Now this read replica is being promoted as a standalone DB instance. The status has been changed to modifying. Once the status becomes available, these read replica would be a standalone RDS database instance separate from this one. This is how you promote a read replica. I hope you have noticed that you can create the read replica in a different region. Using that, you can create a DR environment also.